What's good, sexies? It's your boy here, back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and man, I don't know what it is about this Datamine, but there's been so many fake leaks going around that I had to, take a chill pill on releasing this video for a little bit just to make sure all the info I'm about to share with you guys has been fact-checked and we know it's real. Man, what is the deal with fake leakers? Come on, get a life. Stop trying to sabotage people. Is that the best you can do with your time, is just make fake leaks to piss people off? Alright, regardless, this is actually a pretty eventful Datamine for Idunn and all the other heroes from Binding Blade. So, we have info on Letizia, of course, because she was in the trailer yesterday. I was expecting that. We have, of course, skill inheritance for the free-to-play and demote character over here. We also have the weapon effect and all the other skills for Gonzalez, which we will definitely take a look at. But there was one thing in this Datamine that I seriously was not expecting. It's honestly a pretty big goof up that they ended up putting this in here. And it's also a very massive spoiler, so once we get to that part, I'm going to warn you guys to click off the video if you don't want to be spoiled. But I am going to save that for the very end, so at least you can watch the whole video, and then the final part with the spoiler we can go ahead and click off. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to start with the stats for the new units. And of course, Ascended Idunn is up first with her monstrous stats and BST. So she's got 45 health, 43 attack, 26 speed, 43 defense, and 38 res, giving her the highest BST in the game at 195. Yeah, not even Ascended Fiorm is touching that. I believe Ascended Fiorm was 190. So, can you imagine? Dude, 195 with double super boons on an Ascended hero? That's just nuts. The stat creep is really getting out of hand now. And I think currently the duo skills also go up to 195. I think the duo dagger and not have a 195 BST increase from their duo skill. But Idunn just out here raw with the 195 BST, so that is pretty nuts. So she has super boons in HP, speed, and res. And I think res is like a shoo-in. You're definitely going to want to go plus res for her. A lot of people are comparing her to Brave Hector, which is very warranted, of course, because they have virtually identical weapons. There are a couple of interesting differences I will go over in just a sec, but the main difference to Idunn and Brave Hector is the res. Hector does have good defense. He can compete with her a little bit on defense, but when it comes to res, it's a total wash. I think Idunn's got 7 points on res or something. Hector does not have much res, and then she also has the res super boon too, so yeah, this Idunn is going to be nutty as a res tank, and you could run her as a far save unit. I know she comes with near save out of the box, but this Idunn could totally pull off the far save thing like Brave Hector does. And she also has super boons in HP and speed. And believe it or not, I actually think it's a toss-up on which one of those you want to take. You could just go more conventional with it and give her the plus HP or even plus defense, even though it's not a super boon. Still nice to get more defenses overall. I think probably HP and res, though, are the main way you want to go. But here's the thing about plus speed with her. So 26 with the super boon puts her at 30 base. Her weapon inflicts -5 speed on the foe, so that's 35 essentially. And then that new skill that we got from the OST Lucina, Savvy Fighter, it does a stat check on the foe's speed -4. And then if you're faster than that, you get 30% DR. So that's another 4 speed in advantage for Idunn there, putting her up to essentially 39, I guess. And then that's not counting any of the other buffs or passives that you may be giving her. So I wouldn't sleep on plus speed Idunn, actually, believe it or not. Although, of course, it's definitely more conventional to go with the HP and the defenses for her boons and banes, I would say. But just some food for thought with the speed on her with Savvy Fighter. Also, another thing is, I'm pretty sure they made this unit a carbon copy of Brave Hector because of Summoner Duels S. So, let's say they veto a team with Brave Hector, you still have Idunn in the back pocket to bust out. So, yeah, they decided to give the whales another option to go for there, which is kind of nuts. Alright, next up we have Hugh over here. Hugh's got 40 HP, 38 attack, 42 speed, 27 defense, and 24 res. And that gives him a BST overall of 171. And then he's got super boons in attack and defense. Actually, I was kind of expecting him to have speed and defense because they gave him ideal speed and defense 4, if I'm not mistaken. So he does seem like a bit of a bulkier mage, I would say. His weapon is also pretty good for making him a stat ball. So he gets +7 to all stats if he's got 5 Dragon Flowers, and then he gets bonus doubler as well. Combos pretty nicely with the Rouse 4 that they gave him. So Hugh actually is going to end up having really good bulk, even on defense for a mage unit, and you could even take it further and give him like close reversal from the Gatekeeper. So he'd get close counter and 5 defense right there. So not too shabby for a stat ball unit. I actually think Hugh is not too bad overall, but like, see, the thing is with these weapons nowadays, we don't just want to get stats. We also want to have multiple other effects as well. Like, take Brave Hector, for example. That guy is never going to age out because he negates armor effectiveness. He stops the foe from doing a follow-up. He gets his own follow-up. It's like, it just stacks on stacks on stacks. So when you have multiple good effects like that, I think that helps the units age a lot better than just having stats and being a stat ball. Just my opinion on that. All right, next up we have Granny Garbanzo over here, Neem. Oh, dude, shout-outs to anyone who knows who Granny Garbanzo is, by the way. That was my favorite show when I was a kid growing up. If you know where that character is from, let me know. All right, so Neem has got 36 HP, 42 attack, 33 speed, 17 defense, and then 43 res. So just like Hugh, she's got a 171 BST. And then she's got super boons in HP and attack. Not really sure why HP, but okay, I guess. Very healthy grandma right there. Very healthy old lady. Yeah, so not too much else to say with Neem. One thing I was kind of disappointed with is that we didn't see the inheritance levels or inheritance restrictions on her weapon, but I'm just guessing it's going to be colorless tome locked because of the, I guess, the prefix on the weapon name there. Like, all of the weapons, all the colored tomes have a prefix that, like, indicates if it's going to be a red tome or a blue tome or a green tome, like Grand Blade and Rower Blade and stuff like that. Blar Blade as well. So her having that H, whatever it is, nobody could say it yesterday from the trailer, but H Vulture plus whatever H is, it seems like that prefix is going to be restricted to the colorless tomes. So a little bit of a letdown, but still, I guess this means we're going to get more colorless tomes in the future, which could be good. So let's look forward to that. All right, next up we have Kath over here. So Kath's got 41 HP, 36 attack, 43 speed, 27 defense, and 30 res. And that gives her a 177 BST, just out here teabagging all over Neem and Hugh. God damn, that's actually really good for a free-to-play, like, I shouldn't say free-to-play, but a demote character that's not seasonal, and she's a dagger, so she's ranged. That's pretty good, man, honestly. And then plus attack and plus speed for the super boons. Wow. Kath is, like, way better than she ever was in Binding Blade, that's for sure. Okay, so I guess Kath fans rejoice. 43 as well. 43 speed with a super boon and speed. That's, like, as high as it gets right now. I don't think there's any unit with base 43 speed that also has the super boon. So, yeah, dude, Kath is just... wow, okay. All right, next up we have Gonzalez, a unit that I've been waiting on for forever. Drawn by Ipe, of course. Very good artwork. Man, this guy is just amazing. Yeah, like, a lot of people think he's a meme, but he's not. So, if you think he's a meme character, read some of his support conversations. My personal recommendation would be Gonzalez and Lulina's support. They have a very adorable one, so it's going to make you like this character a lot more. I guarantee it. Okay, so Gonzalez has got 50 HP, 42 attack, 35 speed, 33 defense, and 21 res. And that gives him a 181 BST. A little unfortunate. I guess we couldn't really ask for better. He is a Grand Hero battle unit, so that makes him slightly easier to merge than Tempest Trial units, but he's directly competing with Balthus and Basilio. and I guess Ninja Shamir as well, but Ninja Shamir is more so like a super speedy unit that you want to player phase with mainly. Whereas Gonzalez, he does have a solid defense there and monstrous HP. That is so good. 50 HP on infantry with access to like sudden panic, infantry pulse. That's going to be really good for him. So I do like that they gave him plus HP as an option. And then plus attack as well. 42 base attack. That's just going to hit really hard. So I do think they did some good justice for Gonzalez. Only problem is that, like I said before, he's directly competing with Baltus and Basilio, and you don't have to spend heroic grails on them. So it might be a little easier to build those guys, but otherwise, Gonzalez is definitely going to be a worthwhile unit to invest in, I would say, if you like the character and you don't mind spending some grails. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at his skills and his weapon. All right, so we have the Rain Axe Plus. Big rip. They didn't give him a perf weapon, but it is what it is. So 14 might, 1 range, and inflicts speed and defense -5 on foes in 2 spaces during combat. Not too bad of an axe. I can see a lot of units making good use of that, but more so for like the player phase units, I think they're better off having access to like the ninja axes. Those are on crack though, because they have the true damage. The new one, at least, has true damage, and it gives you the Brave effect, and speed up 4. So, like, if you're using it as a player phase option, I think it's outdone. But the Rain Axe could be good as a support option, though. Like I said before, actually, with the Ascended Idunn, like, if you're having her protect a unit that has the Rain Axe equipped with her save skill, then she's still going to be getting the buff from the speed and defense -5 that this guy inflicts. So it works like similar to how Ashnard's Gurgurant works, where the save units can take advantage of that. So that's just another 5 speed for this Idunn build that I've been hypothesizing with Savvy Fighter. All right, I'm not trying to tell people to run that, but just keep an open mind is all I'm saying. All right, we have Dragon Fang at 4-star. We got Attack and Speed Push 3 at 5-star. Another unit to come with that, which is nice. We already had this on Petrine, so I guess it's okay. It's not the worst. More options are just more options, so sure. And then he's got Threaten, Attack, and Speed 2, which makes it easier to get the Menace if you're trying to go for that. So pretty good fodder pull or pretty good fodder unit for just getting the higher variance of these skills. All right, then Kath has got Attack and Resbond 3 at 5-star. Would have been a little nicer at 4-star, but whatever. And then Speed and Res Link at 4-star. Man, I think we already have units that have this, so yeah, whereas Attack and Resbond is a little bit harder to come by than Speed and Res Link. I would have preferred if the inheritance levels were swapped for those 2 skills. And then Wily Fighter is only armor restricted. Doesn't matter what weapon you've got, so ranged armor units would be able to use this just like melee ones. Okay, so next up we have the Hall of Forms units, and this time around it's going to be Fire Emblem Heroes themed. So we have the Summer Lake Jarn, the Summer Levitate, the Summer Helbindi, and the Summer Gunthra. Pretty big RIP, to be honest. Like, I don't really think any of these summer units are that great. Now, what actually would have been cool is if... Oh, dude, you know what they should start letting us do? They should start letting us just use these Forma units as fodder so we can get skill inheritance on other characters. How good would that be? Like, that would totally make even the worst possible Forma units. Like, it doesn't matter what the lineup is at that point. You could just use your Forma Soul, get whatever character you want, deck them out with the skills you want, and then pass that along to a character that you actually use. I think it's about time we get that, man, honestly. Because, like, if they're going to keep on giving us stinkers like this for the Hall of Forms, at the very least, they could give us the option to use them as skill fodder, right? So I think it's about time for that. Otherwise, there's really, like, no value to any of these guys. So, big RIP. Okay, now, is this a spoiler? I guess not really, because, okay, we all know Letizia. She's been in the game already, so here's her artwork. All right, Sissy looking pretty good there. She is probably my favorite OC from the new book so far, I would say. All right, I like the evil grin that she's got there. All right, I like her weapon too. Her weapon looks pretty cool. All right, oh, dude, this is awesome. This is a really cool attack art there. I like this one with the... She's like charging up an energy blast, like a ki blast almost, like from Dragon Ball Z there. That's pretty wild. All right, I love this action shot there from the special attack art. All right, and then, of course, we got the injured art for Sissy over here. Dude, why is her skin so pale? I just noticed that. I thought it was just like her face was pale, but it looks like all of her skin is pale. That's kind of weird. Like, why does she have gray skin like that? Was she an alien or something? Or like a vampire or whatever? Man, Sissy got to get out in the sun. Like, put on a bikini and go to the beach. All right, that's just fan service-y Tacho talking there. Ignore that. All right, so here is her weapon. We have the Cormt over here. 14 might and 2 range. It is a green tome, and she is a cavalry unit, as we saw on the trailer. So, grants attack up 3. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is above or equal to 25%, grants attack up 6 to unit during combat, inflicts attack -6 on the foe during combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and inflicts a penalty on all of foe's stats during combat based on the number of following conditions that apply times 3. Very interesting. Okay, that's different. With a max of 9. Okay, so let's see here. What are these conditions? An ally is within 3 spaces of unit. Okay, that's very easy. Another foe is in 2 spaces of the target. Okay, again, that seems pretty easy. A bonus is active on unit, and a penalty is active on foe. Okay, so all of these effects seem pretty easy to get. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult to get the maximum debuff there, which is -9 to all stats on the foe. That's nuts. And then she gets attack up 6 and -6 attack on the foe there. Dude, that's -15 attack on the foe. That's like actually cracked, bro. And she gets a guaranteed follow-up, which is good for a cavalry unit like her, so she can actually eat through Wary Fighter and stuff like that. God damn, man. This is so powerful. Wow. God damn, man. Of course, leave it to the OCs to be broken as all hell. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is that spoiler I mentioned at the beginning of the video, guys. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then this is your last chance. Okay, so we have this little bit of info from the Datamines. This was, I don't know exactly what this is for, but I think this is... I think they got this from the next legendary hero battle that's going to be in the game. So it's a spoiler for the next legendary hero, and y'all who know how to read katakana, there you go, it's Shida. That is Shida in Japanese right there. So looks like the next legendary hero for this month is going to be legendary Shida. Honestly, I'm not like opposed to it, I guess. If Fa can get one and Lilina can get one, I don't see why Shida can't get one. I would prefer it to be, like, more interesting characters, though, but I guess they have to, like, focus more so on the story-relevant characters, I guess. With what little story relevance Lilina and Fa actually have. They have nothing to do with anything, to be honest, but... I mean, there you go. Legendary Shida is coming up next, so there you guys go. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these Datamines, and are you excited for the 2 new characters that we're going to be getting available for more free-to-play, I guess you could say, like Gonzalez being the GHB and then Kath being 4-star. They seem pretty good. Like I said, Gonzalez, his stats are definitely workable, and his BST is going to score pretty good. It's just too bad that they couldn't differentiate him too much from Balthus and Basilio. Whereas I feel the Ninja Shamir definitely is different from them because she's got a lot of speed. All of these guys are just like bulky, high attack, lots of defense and HP, so I guess just use whichever one of them is your favorite. So that's all for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage on the Datamines. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.